Christmas Eve is today. Christmas Eve, in a way, almost feels a bit more merry than the actual day. You know what I mean? Like, the day is cool and all. But something about the eve, because it's just like, oh, it's tomorrow. And it's like, oh, the night is sunk in the air, and you go outside and you see people, and it's like they're on Christmas Eve as well, obviously. And it's just kind of cool, you know. And it's like, oh, the day, and tomorrow I'm gonna eat a lot of food, and I'm gonna, you know, you're gonna give and receive presents. This is a family thing, guys. That's horrible to even allude to anything. That's disgusting. Give and receive presents. Another good festive cheer. And I'm not trying to make the, you know, I'm not trying to get political or anything, but 1v1 me, Christmas versus any other holiday, and I think Christmas will absolutely behead that holiday. Christmas, what's the phrase? Christmas solos. I'm clearly a gamer. Christmas solos, man. Like, it's a god tier holiday celebration. Should we do that? That just came to me now. We could rank some holidays. I mean, nothing official. I ain't got a list up or anything. But out of the main ones, and obviously this is coming from a Western mind. Am I Western? Western Europe. I don't know if that's Western world. Where is East and West? Like, where's the center point? Where are we going from? Western Europe, at least. Anyway, a Western mind. So when I say main ones, maybe there's like, I don't know. I'll try and be diverse in that, guys. Don't worry. I'm not just gonna have Easter and, you know, all the Christian ones, basically. But we are gonna start with Christmas, and we've kind of spoiled that already. It's an easy God tier. I mean, it quite literally has to be God tier if you think about it. It's like his whole thing. It's like God's holiday. Well, Jesus, I guess. Well, technically, Jesus owns a lot of holidays. Actually, he's a lot of celebrations kind of around him too, which is a lot. There might be more, but you know, he's got Christmas, a whole thing just for his birth. Mental, he hasn't even achieved anything at that point. And then, I mean, Easter's fair. If you think about it, Easter should be way bigger. Like, being born, there was no, like, what's the word? Conception. There was no sex basically involved, and he was born. So that's cool. That's mental in itself. But I would argue dying, being gone for 3 days, by the way, dying in like a public fashion, literally on a cross in front of everyone, then whacked in a cave with a massive boulder, and then, you know, rising again, and all we do is have a bit of chocolate. And honestly, after you get over the age of 10, you don't. It's a non-factor holiday. You know, it's barely there. Compared to being born, which I'm not being funny, I've been born, you know. I don't know we have birthdays now, but like, it's a big blowout for this guy, just for birth. That being said, it's gotta be God tier for that alone. It's literally God it's God's thing. If I don't put it God tier, he'll strike me down. Not on YouTube, that'd be weird. I guess the God of YouTube could. What's her name? Susan. She won't like that. I don't remember that. She doesn't know. No one's listening. God. Not copyright strike me down or demonetize me, but literally kill me with a lightning bolt or a car crash or something. You know what he's like. Or flood. He seems to be a fan of that one. It's got it. Easter. We just brushed over that. Easter. I mean, you gotta remember, I'm ranking these from England, London, United Kingdom, and in this country, the way holidays work, I think in school it's like there's no midterm breaks really. You get spring break. Well, there is actually. You get term breaks, but you don't get midterm breaks. So you get spring break. You get, I'm assuming, the Christmas off, and obviously summer vacation, as Phineas and Ferb taught me, which is 104 days or something like that. So whereas over here you don't have as long as the summer holidays. I think the summer holidays like 6 weeks, which I think is less, because I think America, this is very boring, America is like 3 months, and in England your summer holidays are like 6 weeks, but that's because on top of Christmas holidays and the spring, the spring holidays, you also have midterm holidays where you're off for like a week every middle of the term. Anyway, one of the big holidays though is Christmas, obviously. So if Christmas feels great because you get 2 weeks off from school, so it feels good. And then Easter's the same. It's because that's the big Christian country, Church of England. 2 weeks off for the Easter. So naturally, I equate Easter with being quite a big one, quite a good one, because you get a bigger break off from school. I haven't been to school in a while. I don't know why that's still a factor in what I'm picking for holidays. But it is. Also, chocolate's nice. I mean, I actually don't like it that much. It's good, don't get me wrong, and I wouldn't abolish it, but I always eat it, and I'm like, every single time I eat it, I eat one, and I'll eat another, and I'll be like, I just don't like this as much as I think I do I? It's just alright. I mean, I think white chocolate, is starting to become, like, the flavour of my life. No, that's not right. I'm talking purely about food. Dark chocolate, never could go there. I'm talking purely about food. And milk chocolate, it's just the, it's the same old me. It's the real OG. It's good. Valentine's Day, I'm gonna chuck it in the bin because I don't really see any plus side of Valentine's Day, whether you're in a relationship or not. If you're not in a relationship, then shut up, fuck you. You know, it's like, it's kind of like, I can't really comment on Hanukkah or Thanksgiving because I've never had it or done it. So I don't know. Valentine's Day, if you're not with anyone and you're like, oh, this is shit. It's like, are you saying, is that from a place of loneliness and sorrow? Is this a cry for help? But this is what I'm saying. I think if you're not in a relationship, then it's just like, well, you don't celebrate them. And you're perturbed by everyone being happy and you're like maybe alone, and maybe that's a choice, but I'm not trying to psychoanalyze you right now. Or you're in one and then it's just kind of like either you end up doing nothing anyway because you both don't really care, or you got to do some big thing. It's like, why we got to do some big thing on this day? Because do it any other day, and then it's kind of like just pressure, and then like might waste of money, and then you just go to it. Everything's booked because everyone's just trying to get out that day for like a meal somewhere. It's just like, it's just very boring. You just like, you go over a meal in a restaurant. It's just whatever. Fuck Valentine's Day. Easter I'd put in like B, by the way. So we're going SAB, then we'll go CDF, and I would say Valentine's Day. I mean, it doesn't have a negative impact on my life, so I'd probably put it in like a D. Not like an E or an F. It could be C, really. I'm also putting it in D. It doesn't negatively impact. It doesn't like. There's probably like Halloween. I would put lower than Valentine's Day, crazily enough, which sounds crazy because people like that. But in this country as well, it's not really a thing. Like in America, the streets are covered in decorations the same way they would for Easter. And people are walking up and down the streets as trick-or-treaters, and you got to be prepared. You can get TP'd. It ain't safe out here. But over here, nothing really happens. No one really celebrates it. Some people try and force it, but like, I think for the last 3 years, no one's ever knocked on my door asking for shit, apart from like salespeople, and then you swiftly tell them to fuck off. No offense, they're just doing a job at the end of the day. I've never told salesmen to fuck off. I just said that for comedic effect, and it probably wasn't even funny. But yeah, people just knocking your shit, asking for shit. And yeah, I don't really like Halloween. The only real way people celebrate Halloween is they might do like a costume party, but I'm not really a party goer, so I don't really like that either. So that, again, and it negatively affects my life because I say that people never knock on the door, but it has happened, and that's an awkward experience when you answer the door and you haven't got anything, and it's usually like a parent of their kid, and it's usually the kid who lives next door, and they're just trying their best to make trick or treating work. They've seen it in all mainstream media, and I'm like, do you want like a grape or something? Do you want like, he's looking at like what I got. He's looking at my dinner. I'm not giving that to him. You kind of like scrambling. It's awkward. It's too much small. I don't like it. Don't like it. Dressing up's fine if you go to a party and stuff. I don't know, Halloween, I just don't. Not for me. Not a big fan. What else is there really? You got like, the rest aren't really holidays. They're kind of just like, because we don't do Thanksgiving. I guess there's like bonfire night, which again, bonfire night is the type of thing that could happen and be like, oh yeah, that happened. That was like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Oh yeah, the fireworks, the dog was That's why. Yeah. But when you're a kid, it's nice to experience it at least once. See some fireworks. Ooh, ah. But then once you've seen them once, you've seen them all the times. That being said, I'm actually a firework hater. A lot of people are haters on fireworks. I don't believe once you've seen them once, you've seen them all. Just the general fireworks that you put off in your back garden that you see over the houses. But when there's a big event on, like the World Cup or something, they go a little bit above and beyond. I still like that. Messi, Argentina won the World Cup recently. I still like when they put up the fireworks and do something creative with it. And you can do really cool stuff these days, making pictures in the air and shit. Like, it's... I don't write off fireworks. I'm still impressed by, like, this little bomb we just set off in the air just for fun. And it's colourful and shit. I don't even know how it works. Little rockets. People shoot them at each other. It's dangerous. But, you know, it's a great time. I would actually probably put... no, actually, I'd probably put Bonfire. I have to put it lower, or maybe I'd probably have to put it below Halloween because I like the way it looks, but I would prefer it if it was more regimented. That's right. The way to improve any holiday and improve any type of fun, add rules. So yeah, it's just like there's no rules. Like, and when Bonfire Night is, I think it's near to Diwali or Diwali. I don't know how you pronounce it. What is it? You can do this. You know this. I actually do know this. I do know this. Sikh holiday. If it's not Sikh now, like a absolute idiot. Sikh holiday, and obviously, few of the neighbours. I mean, they must be Sikh because they're putting off the fireworks, and so it's like to around the end of October, beginning of November, that whole period. It's kind of like sporadic. Every kind of evening, for different reasons and different celebrations and holidays, people are letting off fireworks. Some for Bonfire Night, some for Diwali, some for this, some for that. Maybe some people just got their birthday. It's just bad timing for me. But my dog's a massive pussy. My dog is a cat. No, my dog is a scaredy cat. My dog is a dog, but it's scared of fireworks. Or not fireworks. I don't think she's scared of fireworks. It's just like a big unknown time. For all she knows, we're getting bombed out there. You know, it's Vietnam flashbacks. I don't know what's going on. She's lived another life out in the trenches or something. She don't know what's going on. We're under attack. She doesn't know. If she just looked out the window and saw they were just colourful things, I don't know if well, she's colourblind. I think dogs are colourblind. If she saw some fireworks, I don't think she'd give a shit. It's just the fact that they just hear banging and it's like, who's coming to kill me? Natural instincts. And she doesn't bark and stuff. It's not loud and annoying, but she gets very needy and will like try and her best to sit up on you in a way that's just you can't get anything done if you're on your laptop trying to work or something. You know, just tail between her legs, eyeballs almost falling out the head, and just constantly scratching for attention. It's just so needy, and you can't. It's just a lot, and it's kind of just like a 2-week period of just neediness. And this is not a puppy, guys. This is a full-grown dog now. You know, so I guess I'm not going to rate Diwali, but Bonfire Night. If it was all on one night, is what I was trying to say with rules, and it was just like, for this period, it just happens, kind of like New Year's, then it's better. But when it's just like happening at 6 o'clock, and then 8 o'clock, and then 10, and then 1 in the morning, and then on the Tuesday, and then the Thursday, and then the Friday, and then the Sunday, and then the Monday, and then the Tuesday, and then the Thursday, and then the Saturday. You know what I mean? It's just a random, it's just like, oh, I guess it's happening, I don't really care. Like, I can sleep for anything. I'm like a dead man. I'm like a corpse. When I'm asleep, so I can sleep through any... I can sleep through... I was going to say something false. I was going to say... no. I could sleep through World War II. That's a tamer way of what I was going to say. Too early to be saying stuff like that. What I was going to... Anyway, I'm a heavy sleeper. The more issue is the dog, right? Execute the dog, I'm alright. Anyway, I really like my dog. I wouldn't execute my dog. I just want to make that clear, in case someone does execute the dog and this could be used as evidence. I would just never do it anyway. I don't need to explain that. Oh, and New Year's we'll do New Year's as well. Now, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, well, obviously New Year's Day is nothing really. It's just kind of like the first year of the new year, which might be for you a big thing because you might have New Year's resolutions. You might be going to the gym for the first time that day. That's all people really do for New Year's resolutions, isn't it? You might be going to the gym for the first time, and maybe the last time. But at least you tried. At least you went there. It's more New Year's Eve. It's more the night between, really. It's more like the switch over. So if you're partying and you're out, cheeky little peck or smooch or rumpy pump, depending on where you are and what's going on, you might get some of that action into the new year. You might be just drinking. You might be just off your face on whatever you're on. So having a good time. So technically, the early hours of the New Year, and you're hungover. So if that's your kind of New Year, you might hate New Year's Day because you're hungover and you got work or something. But New Year's Eve, you might enjoy or whatever. For me, like I said, I'm not really a partier. Not a massive fan of crowds, to be honest. I like socializing with, like, I don't know, just crowds. I just get annoyed, basically. I'm miserable. And yeah, it's just loud and stuff, and I can't hear myself, and I don't drink, so no real reason for me. Why am I just talking about how sad I am? Where was I going with this? New Year's. But that being said, I like New Year's. Something is weird, because on my birthday, I'm at an age now where I hate it, because just getting older and just being like, not necessarily closer to death, but just closer to maturity, which I hit a long time ago, let's be honest, but closer to like not responsibility, because I don't mind that, just, I don't know, adulthood, and you want to achieve certain things by a certain age, and it just feels like a little time ticker down stopwatch thing. So I don't really like birthday. Just getting another digit next to my name is never, it's just like, I'd like to be like at least maybe 2 years younger, documents wise. But New Year's, I never feel that. Like, I never feel negative going into New Year the way I do on my birthday. Like, getting old. Even though technically, for me anyway, my birthday is the New Year from me, because I wasn't born on New Year's. I was born on my birthday. So when it's my birthday, that is really what is my New Year. But by the calendar New Year, I don't know, it just kind of feels, this is nice. First, it's stepping into New Year's, unknown territories, could be the best year of your life. You never know. And it's like fresh. It's like starting a clean slate. You can have all these plans and go off and do them, and the fireworks is cool. I mean, I don't sit out and watch them under the stars, or someone can go to an event, but just see it on TV and the countdown. And in New York, they drop the balls or something. Puberty, I don't know. New York goes through puberty every year because the balls drop. There's a puberty joke. It's not funny. But their balls drop. Well, it's one ball, Hitler-esque. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like it's a fresh rebirth feeling. It's freeing. It's it's cool. Chinese New Year's fun as well. They've got the animals and shit. That's cool. But yeah, well, I've really talked about holidays for a long time. I had other stuff I wanted to say. I mean, there's so many good things about the holiday season, football being one of them, and I'm excited for Boxing Day football. That's going to be great. But yeah, God, I really did ramble off holidays for a while. But that's fine. We're about 20 something, so we'll stop here. Especially because I can't remember, I don't think, the other stuff. I mean, I did all my Christmas shopping. I feel like Christmas is a time where I have to prove to people I'm not stingy as fuck. Even though I am, but I'm not at the same time. And what I mean by that is being stingy, but being broke, and like having none of your own money, is not being like, people will call you stingy like it's intrinsic, like an intrinsic part of your personality. Is that right? But it's like, no, you're right in calling me stingy, but not that it's just a part of who I am. Like, if I was rich, I would not be stingy. I'd be spending it because I have the money to be often spending. I won't be living frugally, but I don't. I'm living to a budget, so therefore I'm going to be cheap with it. And I feel like Christmas is just the one time where I have to prove, like I will buy things. I actually like gift giving. Gift giving's fun. Parting with my dearly loved and not high volumes of money. But I've promised a lot of people, right? When I'm rolling in the Benjamins and the cash, and I'm on the yacht with the cigar, I'm not going to be like Mr. Krabs and still be just like, money, mine. I'm dashing it off the top, off the roof, so everyone gets some. But, there's difference between dashing off money from the top of the yacht, when you got, when you're rolling in the Benjamins, then, dashing off your singular £10 note. Here you go. Dashing. Oh, and now I'm in my overdraft. I mean, I'm not that down bad, but I own the boat, which which does eat out a lot from the pocket, the boat. something always wrong with it. And as soon as you fix what's wrong with it, there'll be a new thing wrong with it, and it's probably more expensive than the old thing. But I mean, I like the boat, I guess, and it's cool, and it's a place of residence, so it's a part of me now. But yeah, that's all. That is all. I desperately need a haircut. I'm looking rough as fuck, but you are allowed to this time of the year. You're not going anywhere. I feel like this time of year you could just walk down. I mean, people do it all time of year sometimes, but you could just walk down to your local shop, like wherever your closest supermarket is, and you could literally have half a toothbrush in your mouth, pretty much be in your dressing gown. You could walk down there barefoot, you know, with your hair all out, and you know, toothbrush, foam, and paste, and just like, you know, packer, can you get me number 2? Number 2, number 4, Euro Millions. What's that? Number 6, please. It's the six pack of the back and a pack of cigs, mate. Thank you. And just walking on Baton Island, just like, oh, it's fucking Christmas, of course. Relax, enjoy yourself. But yeah, anyway, that's all. I'll have to find the time, but I'll be back again doing this on, of course, Christmas Day, because it is every day of my life, and Christmas Day is a day of my life. So, a podcast a day keeps the doctor away.
Here with the kids, and I've got 3 kids, and the geezer was probably on like maximum 20 bags a year. Like the most boring bloke you'll ever meet.